So for part 2 of this class, I want us to think about creativity. Reynolds points us to a really great quotation from Nancy Duarte in which she says, quote, "If you feel tempted to use a picture of two hands shaking in front of a globe, put the pencil down, step away from the desk, and think about taking a vacation or investigating aromatherapy." So I think her message is really great, that you don't want to be tempted to fall into these old traps of what a PowerPoint should look like. I want you to think about using whatever images best convey your argument. And in most cases, it's not going to be that picture of two hands shaking in front of a globe. That's just the easy answer because it's the cliche answer that we've been trained to expect. So part 2 of class today is about letting go of those unhelpful preconceived notions of what PowerPoint presentations should look like. Instead, you should ask, how can I best convey this idea to my audience? And to do that, you need to be creative. So in chapter 2 of Reynolds, he gives us a great list of about 6 or 7 lessons or characteristics, things to remember in order to be more creative. So I want to talk about those for a quick moment before introducing our next activity. So first, Reynolds reminds us that presentations require creativity, and that's good. So we need to recognize kind of what those requirements are right off the bat. This is a little different than maybe making a straight, really logical kind of policy argument. You need to be creative, and that's okay. That's good. But secondly, you don't want to respond to that requirement of creativity by simply saying, I'm not creative. That's not something that I do. That's not who I am. I'm not an art major. But Reynolds reminds us that even business managers need to be creative too. With the number of jobs that require slide presentations, you will be increasingly asked to think in creative and visual ways. And so this assignment is good practice for that. Third, Reynolds tells us that we should be pirates. Find inspiration by leaving your routine. Don't be a student, be a pirate, be a lion, be something new. Don't try to follow the preconceived path that you think you should as a student. Be a pirate, create something new, be your own communicator. Fourth, Reynolds reminds us to kind of let go of the idea that we need to force ourselves to work at particular times or force us to finish something right then and now. Don't force it. Sit quietly, and it's okay to waste time. But I would say budget that in. So don't try to wait until the end and then still give yourself space to waste time or sit quietly or permission to not force it. As long as you budget that in and start early, then you have time to sit quietly and let your creative juices flow. So give yourself permission to sit and goof off, but factor that into your time schedule. Next, Reynolds also says to be enthusiastic. You have a lot of control over your topics in this class, and you've already demonstrated that you're enthusiastic about digital media and the way we use it in our everyday lives. Now choose some aspect of digital media that you think is good and that we need more of, or some aspect that we can make even better. If you don't care about the topic, your audience won't care either. So be enthusiastic, choose something that matters to you. Lastly, Reynolds reminds us that limitations can be productive, that they're not artificial. It's not just that they belong in school. Page lengths and time requirements and rubric lists are not artificial. In fact, these limitations exist in the real world too. So think about developing your speech and your PowerPoint, cutting, revising, cutting, adding more. You'll go through a sifting and winnowing process. But that also means that you need more than the required amount in order to sift and winnow it down to the required amount. And that way you're just keeping the good stuff and you got rid of all of the extra. Limitations help you focus on simplicity, clarity, and brevity. Absolutely crucial to creating a powerful instance of communication. So Jenna is going to lead you through 2 exercises to help you design your slides creatively. These exercises will help you let go of the PowerPoint cliches that we might be holding in our heads. The first activity is answering questions on page 63 of Reynolds' Presentation Zen book. Pull that out and go through each question. Answer the question on a sheet of paper, but also feel free to refer to the assignment sheet for the speech in order to answer these questions. These are important questions that you need to ask yourself, not only when doing classroom speeches, but also when doing speeches as managers, government officials, CEOs, trainers, and citizens. So take 5 minutes to answer these questions. That'll help set up what you need to do as a communicator, and then Jenna will lead you through the next activity.